Okay.
Hello. Just testing.
Okay, how's everybody doing? What's
Hello, Mike. Hi.
Hello.
all right. We are rocking and rolling a little bit late that last panel. How's I know it's super late for you, Ricardo. How are
Yeah, it's
you?
not too bad. Not bad. It's midnight, quarter past midnight. It's okay. It's not
Okay,
bad.
okay, great. Mr. Universe, Santiago says yes.
Oh, I know. God, I'm just reading them flying through now.
It's a cool background. I do agree. That's a cool background.
International Space Station, this, Mike.
There you go. Going to the
Yeah,
universe.
going straight there.
All right. Flat or round is I don't know. HS Broker would say.
It's a good
Let's
question.
see. Anne is saying, yeah, so we're Stephen. I mean, we were lucky to have him yesterday, but I
Of
do think
course.
maybe due to some personal issues, he might not. We're trying to track him down, but
Mhm.
okay. And then so let's just get started. It's midnight in Barcelona. It is 7 a.m. and 7:15 a.m. in Thailand, and
Wow.
Xingyue, you're over in. Well, you're not in Barcelona. You're in Switzerland, Ricardo, or Europe.
No, London at the moment.
London,
Yeah, I'm
London.
in
Okay,
London.
cool.
Yeah, 12 midnight, just past midnight, London. Not
Wow.
bad.
There's some people here 1 a.m. for Oscar, 2
Yeah,
a.m.
just
George, I believe Georgia Nick. I'm sorry. And Xingyue, I think it's 8 a.m. for you, right? How are you in China? How are you doing?
Yeah, it's 8. Yeah.
wow.
Awesome. So yeah, today, talking tech, talking payments, talking platforms, talking thing. Both of you are building in Handshake, and just want to kind of spotlight some development and building. I think there was little bit of gripe from Kiba is there's not enough people building in Handshake. There,
Mhm.
people are just flipping names, trying to sell SLDs. He wants to see more building, um, and we are going to showcase that. So Ricardo, you want to start with the intro and then Xingyue, a little bit like about yourself and what you're doing in Handshake?
Yeah, just I tend to waffle, Mike, so I'll try and keep this short and sweet for you.
All
To be
right,
fair, yeah, I get
gotta
carried
try.
away. So, long story short, I was getting carried away registering TLDs and just stacking, and I was just going to sell loads of subdomains, STLDs. That's all I was going to do originally, and I was getting some premium ones. As you can see, I cherry picked a few. I missed the
Yeah, I
boat
saw.
originally. Yeah, I wasn't an early adopter, to be fair. We're talking a year and a half ago. I jumped in. So I always saw
Okay.
Handshake, but I was a bit late joining the party. I thought, well, the best names are gone. I'll let it be for now, see how it goes, and just watched from the sidelines. But I noticed that the price of Handshake went down last year dramatically, and Dot Universe was there on a buy it now, and it was just so much more cheaper. And I don't know who
Yeah.
was selling it. Yeah, I don't know if the buy it now listing hadn't been updated correctly, or I don't really know. But I just hit buy it now and got it cheaper than it originally was, and that was it. Then,
Good point. Good point. Yeah, it's definitely an
yeah,
opportunity. Like just to kind of like summarize. You felt maybe you were a little bit later to the party, but
definitely,
like you said, the coin dropped, so a lot of people left these buy nows, which at the time of HNS was higher dollars, but
yeah,
now you
of
can come in
course.
and buy those for less dollars and get those premium names. So congrats, glad you made
I
it
mean,
work.
yeah, if you look back, it was about $7,500 for Dot Universe when I actually clicked the buy it now. But that that's it now. So we're just going to make use of it now. It's just so expensive, so got to try and turn it around.
Sure, sure. I mean, I don't know if you're preparing here, but the last session is still so early. You're looking at, of course, maybe there's .c, .stars, or some others doing really
Amazing.
pretty high numbers, but even the top 10, top 20 are not so many.
It's very,
Relatively
yeah.
speaking, so it's still really early. There's still
I
lots of
mean,
opportunity.
I won't jump too deep into it right now, but it's such a long
Yeah, we'll get
extension as
into it.
well. Yeah. Go on, Mike. Go on.
Well, just to kind of go to Xingyue and just have him do a little intro. Xingyue, he's a talented developer. You've been involved in the Handshake since before I've been involved, and you want to give us a little intro yourself and your background, and your Handshake things? I
Yeah.
really appreciate speaking English. He's native Chinese and developer, so it's really appreciate your sharing with us, Xingyue.
Okay. I prepare a little demonstration about our
Oh,
payments about
okay.
MonaPay. Yes. Let me
I
share
guess you
my
can do that.
screen.
I guess I could do the intro for you then, and then you could do a demo, and then I don't know if Ricardo has something to
Yeah, go
show
for
if
it.
you like. You do too. And then
Yeah,
okay, we can just do demo styles. Before you do the demo, yeah, actually, just a little bit of disclosure. I at our kind of handshake hub called Sky Include, we work with and contribute for Xingyue to develop some projects. So he's been making this Mona payment solution
Mhm.
for it was a WordPress plugin to use HNS payments for your WooCommerce site because we do e-commerce. So he built that with us for
Amazing.
our own use as well as, of course, as a free plugin. But he's also based in China. I think you're also helped with HNS Fans, which is the main Chinese community for Handshake. Annabelle, or the Triple Strawberry Handshake username. She's also one of co director or in the Chinese HNS fans community. So I know you are also active in the Chinese community. But yeah, sure. If you want to share your screen and demo, I mean, let's get right into it. Let's get our hands dirty. And then in Ricardo, if you want to share, how much time, Xingyue, do you want or need?
I, I don't have a working demo at the moment, Mike. I'm just basically the Litecoin clone
Oh,
wallet and just talking about where we're going to go
okay.
with it and
Nobody,
stuff,
no
if
pressure,
that's
no
okay.
pressure. But he was just sharing
That,
about
yeah, go for
showing
it. Yeah.
something.
Okay. Yeah. At the last conference 2022, I display my or MonaPay is simply a basic wallet, and now I do some progress. It is a simple API key. It can be used to communicate with WordPress. Mm, in fact, people split two parts. One part is the WordPress owners. They use the API key and install or plug in. You can download here. And people first use the plugin config the WordPress. It's after you install the plugin, you will get an setting page here, WooCommerce Handshake Payment Gateway. And I use the settings. You can configure the handshake payment as your on your site. It the title, the description, and the current tab. It supports some other currencies. And after some blocks, you can also call back to confirm your order. It may be processing or completed. Also, the most important, you set the APK and secret. After you setting the page, your shop can be selling with HNS. It was one shop page. Shop page is like this. Up here. And it is the common price as euro at cart. And at the checkout page, the most important is we add our HNS payment. After place the order, it will jump to the MonaPay and waiting for the payment progress. It's a page like this. Oh, sorry. Okay, we can make a new one. It's a page like this. It displays wallet number, wallet name, and the expect HNS count and the in fact price. And you just payment the HNS to this address. It will refresh the payments. And after the some blocks that confirm the monopoly will call back the WordPress, and it will change the order status. It will add a comment like this, waiting for the HNS payment callback order. And this status is confirmed. Then you can do it as you like.
Great.
So
Yeah. So we. Go.
Okay. That's all the share.
I think that was
All
yeah.
the,
That was the demo. So thanks. Yeah, Xinyu has been working on that. Yeah, it's been obviously it's not like we've been doing this part time. You've been doing this part time. You also are doing your work, normal work. But it's been great to develop this, and we hope to use this for more e-commerce shopping carts we have, and in merch or donations. But it's a
amazing.
working model, and it's not manual, right? You saw it tracks if the payment went
Of
through, it
course, yeah, it
tracks the
works.
transaction, it settles on the blockchain, and then it will say confirmed. So it's not like you
It's
just,
checking it
of
out.
course, you could just hack it and just say send to this address and just list an address on a web page or a checkout page. But this is actually integrated, creates a unique wallet address, monitors the blockchain for the transaction, confirms. We had to work a little bit sometimes because it would the gas fees, it's not that much, but the gas fees might be a little bit less and it wouldn't recognize it. So what we should develop is just add a little bit extra for gas fees so that when the user sends it, it wouldn't it wouldn't it wouldn't
Yeah,
it wouldn't say it wasn't confirmed because it was like 59.99 instead of
yeah,
60.
just
So there's
hung. Yeah,
a little bit of a tweak I remember we had to do, but it's really great. Xinyu, thanks for, and it's totally free plugin. I don't think it's
Mhm.
on the WordPress repo yet, like public, but you can download it off Mona on Handshake or monapay.com on DNS. But yeah, Xinyu is also developing, and I think are you the one that made e.hnsfans.com? Is that you? Who made that?
yeah, the HNS fund seems disappeared. It's only stayed some little people in one group, and only the HNS funds organization side that is provided by the DX pools, like gold miner, and we seems have only in fact. They are part of us, but we didn't communicate too much.
Got it. Okay, thanks. So I
see, I think
so
that's a Mike. I
yeah,
think
go
that's
ahead.
amazing what you've done with the payments because we need more use case for people being able to trade in the coin because the volume's so low. So it actually helps with the flow of the currency, if that makes sense. Just giving it a bit more use case. And there's some people who are not too keen on using it for payments or having payments attached to TLDs, but I think that's what that will generate volume in the coin potentially, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it gives
I
them more of a
agree.
reason to purchase it and because they
And
can
hold
actually
it,
utilize it and hold it. Yeah,
yeah,
if that makes
yeah,
sense.
I agree. And we use it internally for like paying,
Hmm.
sending money to each other, like invoicing for instead because it's supposed we do a lot in Asia, like different currencies and stuff.
Hmm.
So it's just easier to pay each other in HNS. So we've been
Of
using it
course, yeah.
internally,
No,
which
that's
is
great.
awesome.
So,
But and just to recap what Xinyu said, and then we'll get Ricardo. I think
mhm.
there's this kind of like Chinese community of developers and miners that I think the rest of the world doesn't know, right? There's DX
Mm.
Pool, there's the Gold Shell, which shared yesterday. There's FX Wallet, there's HNS Fans. There's this whole community. I know it's bear market and some are not as active, like you had said, but but yeah, I mean it's cool. The block explorer people here use the e.hns
Mhm.
fans. A lot of foreigners, Westerners, non-Chinese use because www is all Chinese, but the e dot is an English block explorer. So yeah, we
Mhm.
appreciate community for that. Thanks you. So Ricardo, we don't need a demo, but a lot of us getting hyped up with Universe, seeing you're kind of hearing a lot on Twitter. I follow and everyone's following. Do you want to
chipping
get
away.
us some insights, whatever you're willing or able to share? No need for unless you have screen sharing or just talk.
No problem. So if we go back to when we acquired the .universe TLD, we noticed that there wasn't that many subdomains selling on it. I had a feeling it would be that way. It's too long for people to type in. It's a bit niche, and then that led on to needing to find a use for it. It's either just going to sit there and get the odd STLD registration or find a real use for it, which leads us on to how could we integrate it into what was the fad at the time, a metaverse or some sort of offering, if that makes sense. Because we always wanted to launch a blockchain or clone a coin like Ethereum or Litecoin. Always wanted to do that, but we weren't quite there to do that. It was just the first thing we could come up with is if we could build some sort of online social rooms where you could visit each planet, and each planet would have a collection of like people avatars in that hologram or holodeck sort of environment. Then you could potentially use the domain name, the TLD or STLD, as a passport for access. And then exploring that, we were thinking, well, could we actually charge fees to access, but not really charge fees, but sort of charge for the passport, for example, the STLD. So that's where it was sort of a purchase citizen passport that you could use for access into some sort of service, which gives it a different type of use, if that makes sense. Then on top of that, we were trying to figure out how we could take payments or use the STLDs for making payments or receiving payments. We've brainstormed a lot and made quite a few scripts that transfer payments between TLDs. It's quite manual, to be fair. It's not part of like the Bob wallet or anything like that. So it's a bit disjointed. It would need to be more integrated. But it is possible to do it with text records on the STLDs. If you'd add a MetaMask address into that or your Bob wallet address in there, you can query that and then allow some sort of payment transfer between them. You can get addresses that way. So that's what we're exploring for payments. So basically, you would log into the metaverse with your MetaMask wallet into the social room. You would log in with your MetaMask wallet. Then it would ask for your citizen passport, your .universe domain name. And once you type that in, it'll query the text records for your MetaMask address to match and or your HNS address, if that makes sense. And then that way it would verify you own it and it's connected to your MetaMask through a text record. So there's different ways of playing about, Mike. We're just trial and error with everything and just testing things and seeing what works, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. And keep going.
You've just got to try, haven't you? Like, there's not that much development going on around names. There's a lot of purchasing names to hold or staking for. If you've got a premium name, you can stake it. That's a perfect business in itself. But some names are just, I don't think some names are good enough to sell STLDs on. So you would have to either hope to flip it or turn it into some sort of business, like an ID business, like a name social ID type scenario. So we're trying to do that, like two birds with one stone. The passport is the STLD ID, and then payments between through the text records of the actual domains, and you'll be able to transfer between.
Got it.
So
then, I mean, just recap a little bit what you've said, just to come back for people to highlight some things I'm noticing. We see that maybe you weren't, like, you got Universe, HNS coin had dropped, you got it cheaper, and maybe you saw it earlier, which is a great opportunity, but then you notice maybe people weren't registering as much SLDs, you want to use it, you want to also get into Metaverse and coin and use this as a digital ID, so then you start to make it like a passport, like a citizen's passport, and you're building, I mean, it's overwhelming, you're making a lot of stuff.
You just got to try everything. Definitely.
Yeah.
And then we didn't originally set out to clone Litecoin, but we ended up cloning it. we cloned its Git a couple of weeks ago and changed all its parameters. Now we've got the Universe blockchain, which is a Litecoin clone. So we're trying to find a way of integrating that and maybe some sort of HNS go between bridge or something. But it sounds like we're all over the show, but we're just throwing loads of different ideas out and then just sort of intermix them and trying to connect them in different ways.
That's what innovation is, right? I mean, that's the difference of people. I think most people here and the mass adoption, the mass users is after this is defined. But you and us, all of us are defining it now by testing and trying, breaking stuff, right? Like what I think is Steve Jobs. Somebody says break stuff, keep breaking stuff. And we're all like, hacking stuff together, testing it, listening to what the users are doing. Anne just shared your website. So unvs4l.com. Nice. Is that's the place to go now, or?
Yeah. So it's like part of a project. You just following. It's like a natural course of evolution throughout it every day, and we just ended up tripping over the domain name on a buy it now lander on GoDaddy and couldn't help ourselves but buy it. And so we had to click buy it now, which was it was originally going to be the ticker for the coin anyway, the UNIVS or UNVS. So it just works so well, and it's just I can't take the credit for it either. It's just done it itself. It's just naturally flown that way and just naturally come together. It's unreal. I don't get how it's gone so well today, like to date, like how it's just come together. Everything we've ever wanted, whether it be the domain name or clone a Litecoin, or it's just all happened. It's just too easy at the moment. I'm just waiting for something to go wrong.
It is sometimes. I mean, I guess when you're in those flow states, it's true. You're getting like, wow, this is working, and there's no problems, and you're like, we say, knock on wood, but it's I think you spent a lot of time and even investing in it, so I think it's also should be welcome that you get some reward.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want to hype people too much, but I guess everybody gets excited.
Of course, yeah. It's just a bit of fun.
Progress, yeah.
Just a bit of fun.
And I think we're all going to be rewarded, for our work. I mean, are you working on your own? So you have your own coin, and there's mining and CPU mining.
Yeah. So so like I said, we forked Litecoin, and then we've got our own wallet, and there's miners at the moment. But a couple of the VPS providers like DigitalOcean, they were just refusing to accept it. They were shutting us down the past few days and rejecting all our nodes and saying we don't accept miners or blockchain anymore. It's hammering our systems too much, our shared resources. So we've shifted nodes about. There's people out there mining at the moment. The hash power's gone up a little bit. It's harder. The difficulty's changing. So people are getting coins. We're going through blocks. It's going all right at the moment. It's stable enough. We're just going to see how it goes. We should have done a test net. We didn't do a test net. We just jumped straight in, threw it out there, and just let it be.
Okay. So we're getting just a few more minutes. Maybe we'll come back to Xingyue, and then maybe Ricardo can wrap up. But so Xingyue, I mean, it's great. Yesterday we had quite a few different people from the Chinese community, the mining community, FX Wallet. What do you think? What are you seeing for the future of Handshake? Like next year, like from your perspective and your community. So you're getting some ideas, Ricardo, in chat. I don't know if you can see it, but
yeah, I'm reading through them. Yeah, popping up, just watching them.
So Xingyue, I don't know if you want just like a last remark about what are you seeing in Handshake and development space.
Yeah, I think the HNS may be the much faster and communicate with the miners, and they maybe come out with a much more decentralized set like ShakeDX and others. And also, I checking the Mu blockchain like Apples and Starcoin and other three. Maybe we can connect it the handshake to the because they are the faster than the Ethereum blockchains. I'm not sure because they are also be the first developed.
Okay. Thanks, and we appreciate what you do and building and bridging, communities and languages. So thank you, Ricardo. How do you? So you seem pretty excited. I know it seems like things are going well,
Definitely.
working out for you. And also, maybe what can people watching can contribute or get involved? What would be some ways to kind of
Yeah,
wrap up?
you could just start mining some free coins if you can get a bit of get a graphics card on the go. You can try and get some early coins for free if you want through the wallet. We'll be doing some airdrops. There's only a team of 5 of us at the moment, like 4 freelance devs and myself, who's like the main guy 24/7 on it. But we were thinking
you
about
work hard.
I know, I'm just wired all the time. It's just too many Red Bulls. But thinking about doing like airdrops as well, and we're the number one community is the Handshake community because we're part of that, and we've been welcomed over the past year as we've started growing bit by bit. And if anyone's going to benefit from it, it'll be the Handshake community. Number one, they are the first movers on this one, and like I'm saying, with the STLDs as sort of access passes for the network anyway, it's given more of a reason for people to purchase sort of Handshake coins. So what I'm thinking is, the volume on Handshake's only $50,000 a day at the moment, it's so low, it's unreal. I just can't believe how low it is, to be fair. But if people are buying loads of STLDs, then maybe Namecheap will have to credit us with more HNS, if that makes sense, and the volumes will increase. So we're just trying to get that volume to increase somehow, which is just going to need people.
There was a session yesterday.
Very surprising.
About listings. So he says it's pretty high because there's no big exchanges and not big traders. So it's all mostly retail. Says so if it's really retail only, then it might be.
Of course, I'm not seeing many. I'm not seeing many market makers purchasing chunks of the coins, like huge bags. Like, we've had a few emails from people who have spoken to us about maybe providing us with some seed capital. At the moment, we're on a raise as well. Yeah, so
that's awesome. I'm sure there's people here wanting to contribute or invest.
They're all Mike. They're all mainly market makers who are purchasing coins on pre-sales, and then they're holding them ready to provide that liquidity. That's what they're doing. So I don't see why people are not doing it with HNS, like big market
because they
makers.
can't. I think because they can't load their bags before they
can't load it. Yeah, so the drip.
If they want to get that big chunk up front, I think, then they list it.
Makes sense, actually. Yeah. So I think that's a problem. We need some big boys.
Okay, we'll keep going.
I'm just checking that the chat's coming in and stuff.
Yeah, there's a little speaker chat. We're kind of at time. We're going to have a break. I think we do need a little break, but I guess we can go for a minute or two. But I think we want to let people enjoy the break, also at the booths and such.
Of course, yeah.
So then finding you, is Twitter's the best place to talk about any of these things? Or?
Yeah, for any of us, yeah. Twitter's the best place for everything, really. Yeah. It's all a work in progress at the moment, but Twitter.
It seems like Miguel has some ideas on the chat there about, I don't know, payments with NPM.js. I'm not sure, but and thank you, Xingyue, for sharing and Ricardo. So
yeah, good
let's
stuff.
just keep building and sharing. I think we can call it a session right now. And what's Ann saying? I'm also reading his chats. Also, I think Ricardo's also been very generous in the community, and he has some great TLDs that he's going to have us gift all for free tomorrow, which I think are pretty almost in a premium category, totally for free for people. So thank you, Ricardo, for that and everything else you do, and for building. Okay, I think we call it a wrap, and
good stuff.
See you guys.
It's been great.
Quick break. Yeah, thank you.
Cheers later. Bye bye.
Cheers.